high of 50. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, low 32. Sunshine and 60 tomorrow for Wednesday, mostly cloudy, high 65. The outlook for Thursday, rain likely, high 58. And for Friday, cloudy skies with a high of 65. Overnight low was 28, yesterday's high 41. Currently, humidity is at 78%. Winds are calm, the pressure at 30.43. Visibility at 10 miles. Right now, sunshine and 31 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. And you know what that means.
That means it's time for morning coffee. And this nutburger over here, this crazy man, Chris Connard, tried to play a April Fool's joke on us by saying, I just can't make it.
Try?
Oh, I got you.
Oh, I
think
know
I
He got
you.
us.
He did, because I said, well, we can
Now,
march onward. We
when
can
I
do it
asked-
without you.
When I asked about the cake donuts, are you also playing an April Fool's joke on that too?
I wish I was, Mark. There's no cake donuts.
Chris Connard
But there is biscuits and gravy out there.
Is there really?
April Fools.
You're so easy, Turner.
I
You're
know.
so
Well,
easy.
He's mentioning food.
I could smell biscuits and gravy from the time he walked in the door, and I could tell you that he was without any food.
Okay.
Poor little Jeffy Vaughn,
You know what they need?
waiting
They need a
out the
cologne
door.
that smells like biscuits and gravy or something.
Well, that would attract the women. There's no doubt about that. Well, good weekend, an excellent weekend. I have to pay kudos to a couple of people. First of all,
it was good and bad.
well, bad because of the weather for the festivities
Yeah.
for the high school.
They had to push him back till 7 o'clock, but they got him in.
It was cold.
It was cold.
Boy, it was
yeah.
cold.
Yeah, you had to. It's a different kind of attire. You had to have a winter coat on top of
Yeah.
everything. But had relatives in town. They had to go, unfortunately, to a funeral, and there was a dinner in Mount Airy afterwards.
Yeah.
My sister was there, and a guy came up and said, "Somebody told me that you're Mike Dreeth's sister." Now, normally that could be something that my sister would be worried about, because you don't know what that means.
I would think, yeah.
So, but she said yes, and he said, I was listening the other day, and he mentioned the name Shania Twain, and Shania, he said he thought that was a Native American name that meant something, but he didn't know what it meant. And he says, and I tried 4 times to call. I was very frustrated. I wanted to talk and say that this gentleman had named his daughter Shania. It means I have arrived. In
Okay.
Native American. His name is Randy Hedrick. Good morning to you, Randy. Thank you for listening to Morning Coffee. And you made my sister's day because she now knows I didn't just retire.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's good.
it was
That's
very
good.
nice.
Yeah, my weekend wasn't the great. Well, my Sunday wasn't the greatest.
What happened on your Sunday?
My Cats lost, man.
No.
Oh.
To Auburn, of all people.
Oh, I thought
I
you
thought you
said
meant your
your
cat.
cat was lost.
No, I don't have a cat.
You got a hairless dog.
The Cats. C-A-T-S.
Well, wait a minute. What's this? What's
That's
this thing?
the Blue Devils. That's Duke.
That was that you?
That was my team.
See, it's unfortunate for both of you. I hate it that both your teams are out. Mine seemed to didn't make it to the Elite Eight or the Final Four.
Nope.
Who was your team?
Kansas.
No.
Yeah.
And I'm for anybody that can beat Auburn.
Yeah.
I do not like Bruce
they're
Pearl.
looking tough. They look tough right
and
now.
apparently Auburn, well, they pulled off the trifecta this year, didn't they? They beat Kansas, North Carolina,
Yep.
and Kentucky to get to the Final Four.
Not bad.
No.
Not
But,
bad at all.
I mean,
I was going to ask
it is a Bruce Pearl coach team, and in Illinois, that's a 10-letter word.
Yes, it is. Connor, I got to ask you this. I
I've
got
got the
this.
answers.
Got this fax this morning. But this is not. By the way, we do not do. We, these two here, you can do April Fool's jokes, but we don't. We've been told that the Federal Communications
We're not
Commission
allowed.
finds
Or our
fault
wallets
with
may
that.
be lighter.
So we can't do that. So we get this morning, and this doesn't.
I
think-
think that rule went into effect after the issue in St. Louis a few years ago. Remember that?
Sure,
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
They actually said that they
The
hit,
U-Man and Smash.
they hit the emergency broadcast system sounders and said
Oh.
a Scud missile was coming in. which was not real funny to
Yeah,
the FCC.
Yeah.
I could see where that wouldn't be funny.
This is interesting. I got a fax here in my pork burger stained hands from an attorney in Canada, and it's supposed to be for Dave Land. Mm-hmm. So somebody didn't get the memo that Dave
Dave retired.
retired
Yeah.
and doesn't own the radio station anymore. Anyway, he essentially, this guy represents a gentleman, Alan Land.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
in Canada.
Uncle Alan did not know Dave does not.
And
is not here.
oh, by the way, Alan Land has passed away, and he's got $9 million in his bank account, just sitting there, and it's sat there for 9 years, and nobody's claimed it. My suggestion is I'm going to pass this along to Dave. He's going to say, "Uncle Alan died. He was my favorite uncle."
That's right. Didn't get up there to see him as much as we hoped.
Yeah,
So what
yeah.
do they need from you, Mike? They need a check for 10,000 or
That's
yeah.
the point.
Yeah.
The point. It didn't say that, but this is 100% risk free. I do all the.
Anytime you have that line
Yeah.
in a letter or on TV, it's 100% risk free. You know they want something.
Yeah. Oh, please give me a call. The claim requires a high level of confidentiality. Well, we've just announced it on the air, so I'm not going to tell Dave how to spend his $9 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me tell you about my weekend. Is that
Please.
okay? Yeah.
Go right
Okay.
ahead
Yeah.
before I get to the bucket of bunk.
So as you know, my father-in-law is Walt Townsend.
Yes.
So the Townsends, there's part of them live up in the Mattoon, Charleston area. So Effingham's kind of a central location, right?
Right.
And then Walt owns all the land between here and there, right?
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. And so we usually every so often get together and meet up at the bowling alley in Effingham.
Oh,
right?
it's Silver Dollar.
Silver Dollar Lanes.
Yeah.
You should know all about that.
Oh, I know the
So
Silver Dollar
yesterday
well.
was our silver dollar
and they
day.
know me well. So
So I'll tell you the story and then I'll tell you the backstory.
Oh,
The story is we show up, sign on the door, closed.
Oh.
It's been reserved for the day, so we can't bowl.
right.
The backstory is Mr. Walt Townsend called in advance, as he always does, called in advance and said, "I want to book 3 lanes. We're going to be up there. We need 3 lanes." And the young man said, "Well, we can't take reservations unless it's a birthday party." And Walt said, "Okay." So
It's my birthday.
party.
So we showed up and drove up. The nice information, if we would have had it, would have been, "Sorry, we're booked up this afternoon." But instead, everybody drove to Effingham, met up in the parking lot, only to find out that it was closed.
Oh, my.
So
What'd you do?
went out to eat, went to a movie. They have a nice movie theater there.
They do.
It's in the old mall. There's 8 theaters inside there right now.
It's in what's left of the mall.
Yeah. And you have to go around to the backside to access it.
Yeah.
But no bowling for the fam.
No bowling for the fam yesterday.
Lived
Yeah.
in that subdivision out behind the mall
Okay.
there when I lived up there.
Son of a gun.
Nice.
Well, that's a downer.
What a weekend, yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
downer.
We thought it was April Fool's yesterday.
Early, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, what about you? Anything? You
His cat's
you were,
lost.
Your cat's lost.
Yeah.
And you were busy all weekend. I
It
bet.
was busy. It was busy.
Lots
we had
of
the
tuxes?
auction here on Saturday.
Well,
I
that
bet lots
auction,
of tuxedos.
auction went well, I thought.
Lots of tuxes. Went over to Wayne City to pick them up on Saturday night. So
We learned a
was,
lot. We learned a lot from the auction, didn't we?
we did.
So hopefully we'll improve and we'll move forward and do it again in the fall. So I have the bucket of bunk in my
Okay.
pork burger stained hands. Let's get into it. Birthdays today. Lon Chaney. He died he was born in 1883. Of course, he's gone on to his reward in 73 at the age of 67. Lon Chaney. Give me a movie.
Dracula.
Yes. The Wolf Man. The Mummy. He was in all of them.
Yeah.
He was in all the old horror black and white movies. He was said to be a sweet guy, but he also had a real temper. So in The Wolf Man, he's supposed to choke somebody.
Yeah.
He did.
He really
Choked somebody.
The guy looked like the director's thinking, that guy, what a great
Great
act.
actor. Yeah.
He looks like he's struggling for air. He was.
He was.
Cheney hated him. And then he broke a vase over the director's head. So Lon Chaney,
The same movie?
I doesn't say. Lots of alcohol.
Yeah,
apparently.
I bet.
Lon liked his his sauce.
Yeah.
Abraham Maslow. Now, for people in education,
Oh, okay, yeah.
he's a psychologist, an American psychologist. He was the one that put together the hierarchy of needs. It's like a pyramid,
Yeah.
and it's the things that you have to become self-actualized, be able to be a complete person. Like at the bottom, you have to have food, you have to have warmth. Then the next level is you have to have security, you have to feel safe. Then above that, you have to have love and feel like you're belonging. Esteem is right above that. And then at the top of the pyramid is achieving full self-actualization. Now, here's the thing about Maslow. Maslow kind of liked himself because his idea was that there was only one person in the history of mankind who was totally self-actualized. Guess who?
Alexander Maslow.
So we pay tribute to him today. He died at the age of 62, which, you know, even when you're self-actualized, you can go early.
Yeah.
And he did. So, 62. Gee, that sounds real rough since that's what I'm going to be later this month. Gordon Jump, born this date, in 1932.
Mr. Carlson.
That's right, the big guy, Arthur Carlson of WKRP fame. He had another famous role. Do you remember what it was?
I don't.
In commercials.
He was the Maytag guy.
He was. He was the Maytag repairman from 1989 to 2003. He was a journalism major at Kansas State University, worked at the college radio station, and then he became a weatherman. And at the station, they needed a clown for the kids' show. So he became Wib the Clown.
Wib.
W-I-B, Wib the Clown.
Okay.
He had lots of roles, bit roles in like Green Acres, Get Smart, The Rockford Files. So, Gordon Jump, one of the great lines of all time. As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly. One of the great lines of all time. Debbie Reynolds was born this date, died in 2016 at the age of 84. She was a singer and actress, the mother of actress Carrie Fisher.
Her light was extinguished in 1984. Because, you know, you light up my life. Oh, that was Debbie Boone.
Debbie
Sorry.
Boone. You got the wrong
I'm
one.
sorry, wrong one. Wrong Debbie's.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, she had a 70-year entertainment career. Her big role was in Singing in the Rain in 1952.
Oh, so she was
Okay.
singing in the rain.
Yes, she was. She was in Tammy, too, which was a big one. And her song, Tammy, from the movie, became #1 in, I think, 1954. She was married. This is one of the great scandals in Hollywood history. She was married to Eddie Fisher in 1957, I believe. They had 2 kids, Carrie and Todd. In 59, after Liz Taylor's husband died, Eddie Fisher, and Liz started running round. It became a huge scandal, and they divorced, Eddie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds. Right. And the big scandal was that Debbie Reynolds and Liz Taylor were best friends. A huge scandal. They never spoke again until they found themselves both booked on a cruise in the 1970s. Debbie Reynolds sent a note to Liz Taylor's cabin. Liz Taylor sent a note back to Debbie Reynolds. They sat down and had dinner together and laughed and worked it all out. 20 years afterwards.
I thought you were going to say they met on the poop deck and
No,
you know,
no.
duked it out or
They
something.
didn't. They did. They were no Lon Chaney. They didn't choke each other or anything. No vases were thrown. Isn't that interesting? 20 years later, best friends. Horrible scandal resolved. 20 years later. Today, Rachel Maddow is 45. She is, of course, a broadcast journalist. I didn't realize this. She has a bachelor's from Stanford and she has a doctorate from Oxford. Pretty impressive.
That is.
Very liberal. She her spare time, she splits between New York and Massachusetts. She admits that she's clinically depressed. That is, she's been clinically depressed for some time. She deals with it 3 ways. She exercises, she sleeps, and she fishes.
Fishes?
She
She
fishes.
fishes.
Fly fish or?
I don't have
I
any
suspected
idea.
that.
Yep, she says she's a fisher person. So,
Okay.
all right. Music history. You'll love this, Connor. 1956, Elvis Presley filmed his first Hollywood screen test. In 1964, John Lennon was reunited with his father after 17 years. They didn't speak. 1926, Samuel Morey patented the internal combustion engine in 1826. 1853, Cincinnati became the first U.S. city to pay firefighters a regular salary.
Okay.
1891, the William Wrigley Company was founded in Chicago. What did they do?
They built a stadium.
Well,
Wrigley's gum.
Juicy Fruit.
Yeah, juicy fruit.
That was my favorite gum when I was growing up. Besides bubble gum, the hard stuff that you'd find in the baseball
I like
cards.
the fruit stripe.
That was good too.
Remember that with the?
Yeah, it lasted about 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could wear it out. 1905, Paris and Berlin were linked by telephone for the first time. France surrendered. That was the first call. Hello? We surrender. 1929, Louis Marx introduced the yo-yo on this date in 1929.
All right.
1930, Leo Hartnett of the Chicago Cubs broke the altitude record for a catch by catching a baseball dropped from the Goodyear blimp 800 feet over L.A.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty
You'd
impressive.
have to have pretty
accomplishment.
good eyesight.
You would.
Well, first of all, I mean, if you're in the blimp, you got to be directly over the stadium, okay? Well, even then, if you dropped it, somehow you'd have to pick it up, right?
Yeah. And hopefully
think.
the Santa Ana winds weren't flying. through,
Right.
Because it could
you know,
blow into Anaheim.
Yeah.
If it did. Isn't that interesting? 1930. It must have been filmed. It must be a part of some sort of film script.
There had to be somewhere.
1938, the Baseball Hall of Fame opened in Cooperstown.
38.
1938.
Okay.
I forget. There were 5 first
We'll
introduced.
probably Abner Doubleday.
Yes.
I'm sure.
I would say easily
Young,
Cy
Ty
Young,
Cobb.
Ty Cobb, and Babe Ruth. Maybe
Yeah,
Tris Speaker.
Babe Ruth was probably
30?
still playing in 38, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was. You're probably right. I would have still put him in. Anyway, the Berlin airlift began in 1948. You remember what that was about?
Because the Russians had
Germans.
basically.
Oh, yes, the Russians
Russians
cut off
basically cut off
Berlin.
Berlin from the rest of the world.
It was inside East Germany, and so the president at that time, Eisenhower, was that, what year was that? Did I say?
48? Yeah, that'd probably be.
No, it was 48. No, that would have been
Truman.
Truman started the airlift, I would say. 54, the U.S. Air Force Academy formed in Colorado. You know what the runner-up was to Colorado Springs? A close second?
Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
No.
Texas. Dallas, Texas.
Elsa, Illinois, just north of Alton.
Really?
Really?
It was up there on the bluffs, but there's
Yeah.
a college there, Principia College, a Christian Science college, and they threw a fit. And it kept Alton, Illinois from getting the Air Force Academy. 1970, U.S. President Nixon signed a bill, the Public Health Cigarette Smoking Act, that banned cigarette advertisement effective on January 1st. So 1970 was the end of the Marlboro Man.
And that was on TV. Because you still see them in magazines.
Yeah, and billboards were still
Broadcast,
available.
no broadcast.
Okay.
1987, Steve Newman became the first man to walk around the world. 22,000 miles. How long do you think it took him?
14 months.
18 months. Year and a
4
half.
years.
Wow.
He must have taken some breaks. And in 1985, David Lee Roth left
Van Halen.
Van Halen.
Yeah.
That's when Sammy came in, right?
No. There was a guy in between.
Was there?
What was his name? He was with them for like one album. Maybe not even one album. Came from a...
Gosh, Mark, I don't know. I was going to say Sammy.
Man, it wasn't Sammy.
It wasn't
Sammy.
It was a guy in between Sammy.
And I don't think he just left, did he?
I think he was asked
I think
to
he
leave.
kind of got pushed.
I don't believe he got along
I
with
will-
the Van Halen.
I will research that topic.
Thank you.
And I will find
Yeah.
it.
I appreciate
and I
that.
will report on that.
I got more stuff, but we're going to take a break. We'll come back with Chris Conard on Morning Coffee. Thank you for joining us.
Napa know-how.
This month, at your local Napa Auto Care Center, when you get a premium oil change with a cabin air filter, you also get a $15 mail-in rebate, which means the pros do the job and you get paid. Wait, what? Get your premium oil change and a cabin air filter and save $15 at Napa Auto Care. Quality parts installed by the pros. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Care Centers. Offer ends 4/30/19.
You have a 1 in 2 chance of having prediabetes or diabetes. We can take steps right now to beat the odds. It's Baratunde Thurston, and on this episode of Spit, I sit down with Tim McGraw, Tracy Brown, and Julia Hu to get the scoop on what we can do right now to live healthier lives.
The things that you can concretely do every day that can help you move forward with your health creates a ripple effect in the rest of your life.
Spit is an iHeartRadio podcast with 23andMe. Listen to the latest episode in the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your favorite shows.
April showers bring March umbrellas. Brighton's Enchanted Garden umbrella is free with $100 purchase of Brighton. It's the prettiest way to brighten your day when the rain comes. What's new in the spring collections? Tribal, stars, stripes, fringe, and vintage graffiti tees. In Jag, the Amelia Slim in light gray, and the #1 Amelia cuffed hem in denim. Dresses from casual to Easter look, size small through XXX. Stop by and let the Carnaby girls tempt you with a new ensemble. Every day is a fashion show, so join the Carnaby Runway.
Black's Fashion Flowers in downtown Fairfield is your home for tuxedo rentals from Jim's Formal Wear. Whether you're headed to prom or getting married, Black's can make that special day even more special by helping you look good. And don't forget, Black's can also custom design your wedding and prom flowers. Stop by 310 East Main in Fairfield or give them a call at 847-7076. Black's Fashion Flowers, your florist with a personal touch, across from the courthouse in downtown Fairfield. And remember to like them on Facebook.
So you're looking for a way to make a difference? Well, you can by providing vital supplies to the Wayne County Humane Society. Have dog chow, cat food, and litter delivered to the Pearl Foval Shelter at 518 Southeast 4th Street in Fairfield. You can also sponsor a dog or cat by providing the funds for them to be spayed or neutered with needed shots. It makes them more adoptable. The Wayne County Humane Society in Fairfield. Help us help them.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another time capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when the government began a national draft lottery based on birthdays and drew the dates on live TV? 500,000 soldiers in Vietnam got to see Bob Hope's annual roadshow. The Boeing 747 made its first commercial flight. Tiny Tim and Miss Vicky got married on The Tonight Show. And here's what the new music sounded like.
Don't cry, Daddy. I'll hold it. My dreams would all come true if I had you. Jam up and jelly tight like walking in the rain. When it's early in the morning, very, very up on Cripple Creek.
Someday we'll be together.
Heaven knows.
Oh, baby.
We are volunteers of America. Ain't no fortune in rock.
Well, what do you think? The answer and a twist of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
At FNB, we believe in us, not us the bank, us the farmers, us the families, us the community. That's why we continuously and proudly support, invest in, and volunteer throughout our region. So whether you're from Fairfield, Wayne City, Sisney, Grayville, or anywhere in between, you'll always find a friendly and helpful neighbor right here at home. FNB, Banking Business Life. Member FDIC.
December 1969. Raindrops keep falling on my head.
B.J. Thomas and Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, the top song of December 1969. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another time capsule.
Hi, I'm Gary Moore, and I am running for alderman in the 4th Ward in Fairfield. Over the last month, I've expressed some of my concerns and laid out corrective actions for the city. On April the 2nd, I am asking for your vote. Fairfield should be run with common sense and business sense. A vote for me makes sense. That's Gary Moore for 4th Ward Alderman.
It's inspiring.
That's right.
Inspiring.
That was a suggestion from Mr. Hornig.
George
Hornig, yes.
All our best to George.
He stopped me the other day. He goes, your theme song needs to be the theme for the Magnificent Seven and the horse from Cliff Nobles.
Well, we're only 4 short here.
Yeah.
As far as the Magnificent Seven.
Yep, that's true.
I want to say thanks to Gary McGee from Louisville, who listens every morning, who sent a care package and trivia, and we'll get to the trivia, but Chris Connors brought trivia today. And you did research during the break.
Gary Cherone, who was the lead singer of
Extreme.
I think he did one album. Maybe not even an entire album with Van Halen. But
well, you got me
he,
there.
he was the lead singer of Van Halen that replaced David Lee Roth, and then Sammy Hagar replaced
Didn't last long.
Gary Cherone.
Didn't last long. Must have got into it with one of the Van Halens.
Now, are they getting back?
I don't know.
I think I heard that.
Yeah.
They were going to do a short tour this year with David.
Yeah.
With David.
With David.
Lee
Wow.
Roth, yeah. Because they probably can't get along after
That's
so
probably
long.
it. That's probably it. By the way, I want to mention we will be doing election coverage tomorrow night on the consolidated election, the school boards, as well as the city council.
Polls close at 7 tomorrow night. That means we'll be on the air on 7:15, 7:30.
I think it'd probably be closer to 8 before our first. We're going to make sure that we've got some results.
Okay.
We don't just sit here and blather for an hour. So probably be 8 o'clock before we do. We're going to, Jeff Vaughn and I are going to talk about that right after we get off the show. So I just want to remind everybody about that. We were talking about Nicolas Cage. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Movie actor. He's had some really interesting personal encounters with
aliens,
significant others.
Oh, no.
Okay. Nicolas Cage filed for an annulment 4 days after getting married, according to a report.
To Lisa Marie, wasn't it?
Well, no. This is this time.
Oh, this time.
Yeah. The star of Face Off, the movie, if you'll remember that, he did that with John Travolta, if I'm not mistaken.
He's been in a lot of movies.
He has.
Con Air. He was in, remember back in the 80s, the movie Valley Girl?
Valley Girl.
Remember, he was in Valley Girl.
He's not a bad actor.
No.
But he's made some bad choices.
He's related to the Scorseses somehow, isn't he?
That probably would help you
married
get
into the family.
I think so.
That would help you get work. He filed for an annulment from wife Erica Koch on Wednesday. The court record also shows that the 55-year-old actor has requested a divorce if the annulment isn't possible. According to the news outlet, the former couple, who started dating last April, applied for a marriage license and tied the knot on Saturday, this past Saturday in Las Vegas. Those Las Vegas, hey, let's go get a license things, sometimes don't work out. A rep for Cage not immediately responding to calls. This is Cage's 4th marriage. Now get a load of this. He previously was married to Patricia Arquette from 1995 to 2001. That was a whole 6 years.
Yeah.
Following that split, he started dating Lisa Marie Presley.
And I think I read at the time, or after the marriage ended, that was one of his bucket list items to marry into the Presley family.
Well, yes. I imagine it could be a bucket list.
Because he wanted free reign at Graceland.
There you go.
For the Jungle Room to court his next wife.
Let's go down there in the Jungle Room, watch a little TV there, Lisa Marie. The pair, the thing about it is she's probably about as strange as he is, quite honestly. The pair, and I don't know, Lisa Marie, we're not on a personal basis. The pair wed in August of 2002, but they filed for divorce 3 months after their secret wedding in Hawaii.
Yeah, they've been talking to Kenny Chesney and Renee Zellweger.
How long was that one?
Like 4 months.
Cage went on to marry Alice Kim a waitress working at a restaurant he frequented in 2004.
Okay.
Get me some salsa for my eggs. Hey, what are you doing tomorrow? You want to get married?
We'll go to Vegas.
What was the longevity on that one? Does
They
it say?
they had a child together. Oh, get
Was
a
that,
load of
was
this.
that before or after
Of course
they tied
she
the
did.
knot?
Yeah.
They had a child together. Guess what they named the child? Now, I'm not kidding you. This is not an April Fool's joke here.
Yeah.
Guess what they named the child?
Lisa Marie.
Kal-El.
From
Superman's name.
No, that was his dad's name.
Oh, yeah, he was
I didn't count-
No, his dad was Jor-El. He
Okay,
was Kal-El.
Okay.
We know our Superman
You
trivia,
do.
don't we?
Where's Vaughn at? He can clear this.
I
up
bet
for
you he
us.
can. Kal-El was Cage's second child. Weston was the other one, just a common name. In 1990, the actor's then girlfriend, Christina Fulton. So there's like 5 or 6 women here. The longest is 6 years, and he named one of his kids after the Krypton name of Superman. This guy, he needs to have a director as his.
He's out there.
Is right. That's amazing. he met this waitress at a restaurant that he goes to, and apparently fell in love with her.
Had a kid.
Had a kid, Kal-El.
Kal-El.
Kal apostrophe capital E-L. Kal-El. There you go. Where else would you find out about that? But on this show,
Right here, morning coffee.
right here, Chris,
Morning coffee.
You know what I mean?
You know what he did, don't you?
No.
Nicolas Cage, they were at the hospital. He goes, I don't know. I'm going to call up Frank Zappa, see if I can get a name for my kid.
Let me a second. Let me ask Dweezil,
Dweezil.
Moon Unit. That's the most bizarre thing. Did you hear about Mick Jagger?
No.
They have postponed their latest tour because he's sick. The band announced Saturday that Jagger was told by doctors he cannot go on tour at this time.
Well, he's looked sick.
He's 75 years old.
75?
75. The band added that Jagger is, quote, expected to make a complete recovery so that he can get back on stage as soon as possible. Keith Richards says, what's wrong with you, guy?
No kidding.
Yeah, I think Mick Jagger and Keith Richards have been dead for 10 years.
Hey, listen, come on. Have these filterless Marlboros. You'll be better, Mick, and you'll be able to start. How does Keith Richards, he's probably out jogging, 5 miles. This is all an act. He doesn't smoke and look like death. And it's Jagger that is the one that's sick. Why do you think they go on tour? Chris, why would you go? Is it just because of the thrill of the
it's
interaction?
probably,
That's
adrenaline.
what I think it is.
Yeah, the thrill of the show.
They don't need the
They
money.
don't need the money. No.
Well, it's now I've never had it happen, but I would imagine it's quite a rush to have 50,000 people chanting your name.
Yeah, singing your songs.
Singing the lyrics to your song.
Knowing, yeah.
That's the same thing that my wife said when we were watching Paul McCartney. He's 75 too, and he did like 2.5 hours at Busch Stadium. And I said, "Why do you do that? He could buy Mars." And she said, "Look at this.
It's not about the money.
It's about what he gets from the audience."
Yeah.
A bad weekend for Matthew McConaughey.
What happened to Matthew?
Very bad
Did
weekend.
he wreck his Mercury?
No, it's not. It's Lincoln.
Oh,
isn't it?
Lincoln. Did he wreck his Lincoln?
Those are the strangest commercials
They
I've
are.
ever seen.
You've seen the one where he's sitting at the table
I
with a bunch
haven't.
of people eating, and then he's doing trick shots on the pool table, and then he walks out and gets in his car and leaves.
What does that have to do with the value of the vehicle? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
I don't know.
If you buy that Lincoln, I guess you can be smooth and suave, like Matthew McConaughey.
He is smooth and suave, and he was a box office gem for a while. But guess what?
He's bombed.
This is not going well. Remember, he had Dallas Buyers Club. That was huge. He won an Oscar for that. It was a hit movie. It was not a hit movie, but he won the Oscar. That made $27 million. But vindicated McConaughey as an actor and instigated the phrase McConaughey. Help me with this one. McConaughey. Something. Can you read that? Can you see what that word means underlined? McConaughey. It's underlined down the second story.
Oh, there we go.
McConaughey. Renaissance?
Like Renaissance.
Yeah,
McConaissance.
McConaissance. All right, I'm sorry. I couldn't
Okay.
figure that out. Anyway, he was also in The Wolf of Wall Street, a big role there.
Mm-hmm.
This weekend, he starred in Harmony Korine's Beach Bum. The movie is called Beach Bum. It made $1.6 million total.
Flop.
That's it.
Uh-oh. Yes, Tom?
What's wrong?
I was just going to say, have you seen Matthew McConaughey and Snoop Dogg singing Willie Nelson, On the Road Again?
No.
No.
Snoop Dogg is
No.
teamed up with McConaughey on a song
Singing Willie Nelson.
singing Willie Nelson. That would hurt your movie career, I would think. Anyway, the name of it is Beach Bum, and it's not the first nor the last. McConaughey has jumped on the train occupied by, get a load of this, Johnny Depp and Nicolas Cage. His name value as a celebrity has none as an actor. His movies are flops in one way or the other. He's having
Now,
problems.
wasn't McConaughey in The Lincoln Lawyer?
Yes, and it was great.
Yes, it was a great movie.
It was a wonderful movie. He's been in good movies, but this is horrible. You can't come out on a weekend with a new movie at this time of year when there's no other movies coming out.
Oh, Dumbo came out this weekend.
Dumbo, I saw that. That's what we saw.
Oh, you went? How
Yeah,
was it?
Fantastic.
Really?
Yeah.
The live action version.
Yeah.
Well, what is that? What are we talking about?
Dumbo.
Dumbo, like the elephant?
The elephant, yeah. The one he can fly.
Animated?
He resurrected the circus.
Not animated. This one is
So
live
they
action.
trained a real elephant?
They trained a real elephant to fly.
This is April Fool's Day.
No. The circus it was 1919. The circus was they fell on tough times, and the owner bought an elephant who was pregnant, and she had Dumbo.
Wasn't
Yeah.
Dumbo
resurrected the circus.
Tim Burton directed it.
Really?
Yeah. And so he's
Danny
down-
DeVito.
He's also down the road as Matthew McConaughey and Nicolas
Okay, so
Cage.
it's not animated.
No, and
so it's a real elephant.
Real elephant.
And it speaks?
Oh, no, it doesn't speak, but it flies. What are you talking about? A talking elephant?
Yeah, come on.
That's
Mike.
ridiculous.
A talking
Ridiculous
elephant?
to suggest
Come
that
on.
an elephant can speak, but of course it can fly.
I think there were probably animated portions of it, or they had to digitalize something.
Where'd you go see it?
Effingham.
Ah, yeah, nothing better.
After we missed bowling.
Can't bowl. Got to go find Dumbo.
There used to be a song about Effingham.
Oh, watch it now.
It had something. It had something to do about eating your effing ham sandwich.
Here now. Here.
I'll see if I can find that one.
Yeah.
in these days.
There's a story of. Get a load of this. Remember they signed. The guy got signed that Harper by
Bryce
Philadelphia.
Harper? Yeah.
Went to Philadelphia.
Uh-huh.
Second at bat. Booed.
That's because he didn't come up and hit an 8-run home run.
Remember the Jack Buck line about how the kid went to the Easter egg hunt and came back and only had 2 eggs in Philadelphia and everybody booed him?
Yeah.
The city of brotherly love.
Speaking of Jack Buck.
Yes.
I watched Mississippi Burning over the weekend.
Yes.
Do you know in one scene of that movie there's a Cardinal game on with Bob Gibson pitching and Jack Buck doing the announcement?
No.
Yes.
I had no idea.
I didn't notice it. I had no idea. I
So
noticed
it's
it this
it's
weekend.
1967, 1964.
64. Yeah. Bob Gibson is pitching. Jack Buck is calling the game on TV.
You know,
in
that was
one
when,
scene of this movie.
That's when he was still paired with Harry Carey, too.
Yeah.
1964. What a great year. That was the year that the Philadelphia Phillies, talking about this guy getting booed in Philadelphia, they had like an 11-game lead with like 15 games left.
And the Cardinals came back and beat them.
Poor Gene Mauch. It was the only opportunity he was ever going to have to get a title, and they choked. Anyway, so welcome to Philly.
Yeah.
Second at bat. He signed a almost a $400 million contract.
It's a big one.
I don't think they booed the guy that took the $300 million contract, Stanton, in New York until mid-season.
Yeah.
Not in Philly.
That's true.
All right, I'm just taking a look at other things that we've got here. This is interesting. Here's the latest thing that's going on. I know this sounds really odd, but there are a lot of senior citizens that are in retirement communities are taking buses and going to places where they are freely being able to buy marijuana.
Senior citizens.
Senior citizens.
Well,
Laguna
you know,
Woods, California.
Everybody from all the old hippies are turning 65
60s
now.
and yeah.
Laguna Hills, California, a group of white-haired folks, some pushing walkers, others using canes, arrive right on time at the gates of Laguna Woods Village, an upscale retirement community. They board a bus for a quick trip to a building that, save for the green Red Cross-style sign in the window, resembles a trendy coffee bar. The people, mostly in their 70s and 80s, pass the next several hours enjoying a light lunch, playing a few games of bingo, and selecting their next month's supply of cannabis-infused products.
And on the way home, they make a stop at the 7-Eleven for some Cheetos.
That's right. Let's roll through and get us a couple of sliders. Isn't that interesting?
It is. That is.
I just don't see that. I mean, I'm approaching those golden years, and I just don't see me going with my.
You're not there yet.
Well, I have to say, I stopped. I went and saw my mom this weekend. She's in a retirement community over in Bethalto, and I had dinner with her and her friends, and it was fascinating, quite honestly, to talk to some of the people there and about their lives and what they look forward to there. So,
all right,
pretty interesting. Well, they don't get on a bus and go and get a little pot rush.
They don't drive to Denver or anything.
Thank God. I mean, unless mom's not telling me anything.
All right. It's time to take a break.
All
We'll
right.
be back.
Grab your moms, your daughters, and your friends and head to Fairfield for a shopping day geared just for the ladies. The Fairfield Retail Merchants and the Fairfield Chamber of Commerce have a full day planned for you. Socializing, shopping, and of course, sales. Girlfriend's Day Out is Saturday, April 6th. Plan to spend the day in Fairfield. Don't have a sitter for the kids? Don't worry, they have you covered. Babysitting will be available while you shop. Call 842-6116 for more information.
What does your morning sound like?
Goodbye, baby.
She's finally asleep.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's.
Can I get a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles?
Here's to making your morning routine a little better with a delicious breakfast from McDonald's.
Come to McDonald's for breakfast and enjoy 2 savory bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits for just $4. Price and participation may vary. For a limited time, cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Hi folks, this is Sandy at Gill Sales and Service. When it comes to laundry, it's true what they say. They don't make them like they used to, but Speed Queen still does. Speed Queen washers and dryers are built using premium metal components, not plastic. They're manufactured with rugged, commercial-grade construction, and they're pushed beyond their limits in their state-of-the-art lab to deliver 25 years of premium performance in your home. Speed Queen, built better to last longer. Get your Speed Queen at Gill Sales and Service, 1605 West Main in Fairfield.
If you're hungry for some delicious Deep South barbecue, then go down to the Big Deal store at WFIWradio.com and purchase the $20 gift certificate for only $14.
At Ubers Furniture Company, sometimes I feel taxed to death, so I'm giving you sales tax relief. For a limited time, we will discount your purchase for the amount of your sales tax. See store for details or follow us on Facebook. At Ubingers, we want to make your furniture purchase as affordable as we can. So hurry in for the sales tax relief sale, only at Ubingers Furniture Company, where the deals are worth the drive. Highway 50 East, Flora.
If you can hear me, you already know that radio works. Let me, Libby Lingefelter, show you what else we can do with the original company, like direct mail and digital marketing. Call me, Libby Lingefelter, at WFIW WOKZ 842-2159.
WFIW 104.9 and WFIWradio.com. Sheldon Bunning from Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler is on the phone. Good morning, Sheldon.
Morning, guys.
Hey, Sheldon, you're going to be a part of the prime rib tonight?
Yes.
Did you do the fish on Friday?
Yes, I did.
You're eating good, Sheldon.
He's eating good in the neighborhood.
That's for
That
sure.
is correct.
In the
That is
Fairfield
correct.
hood.
Not bad.
And we're going to have another one Wednesday night for our Shriner meeting, so it'll probably be like the trifecta of food in the last week.
Man, you're hitting that out of the park, buddy. I'm going to tell you something. That fish was awfully good on Friday, so good luck with your prime rib tonight. I don't know how you can do that wrong.
I don't know, but I've never had bad prime ribs.
If I will taste test it ahead of time, Sheldon, and if it's bad, I will not let anyone eat that. I will save it all. I will share the burden and take care of that for us.
Jumping on the grenade.
That's right. I'm that type of guy. So what do you got going on at Le Mans today?
Well, it's still March, according to Chrysler and General Motors. So today is the last day of March.
Is that an April Fool's joke?
No, that's the real deal there. Yeah, they have bent space and time once again, but they've put 32 days into the month of March, and today is the 32nd day of March.
All right, but big deal's still going on, though.
So we have the same programs we had for March. They go through the close of business today, so deals on the remaining 18 products here. Got a Compass I would love to see gone today. Make somebody a deal on that, a new 18 Compass. Nicely equipped. I think we've got $57 or $800 knocked off the list on it, and everybody qualifies for that. So,
all right. So the Compass is the car of the day, right? The
That's
SUV
correct.
of the day.
There you go.
All right. And financing wise, pretty easy to maneuver that through.
That is correct. You can come in and see us, or you can do it all online too.
All right.
So, if you want to sit in your pajamas and obtain financing for your newer pre-owned vehicle.
So how does that work? If you get your financing online, you just come in and say, hey, I got my financing through this. You just call them up, or you got to redo the application and everything?
Well, we get in there. Sometimes it depends on. There's two routes to do it. Sometimes they don't ask some of the pertinent questions, but it's still pretty painless.
All right. The Jeep Compass, the 18 Jeep Compass. What? Tell me about this thing.
It's a Latitude 4x4. It's got the leatherette and cloth mix seats, heated seats. It's got the Beats audio system, so you can listen to the radio there and in the hi-fi. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you can do that. Nicely equipped vehicle, like I said, 4x4. I think it's rated at 30 miles per gallon on the highway. So.
Ooh. So it's a good mileage thing with the gas prices going up. So.
That is correct.
All righty, man. Thanks a lot for joining us. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you on Thursday.
All right, we'll see you guys.
All right. Sheldon Bunning from Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler joins us every Monday and Thursday here on the WFIW Morning Show. You can check out their website at lemansonline.com.
Radar Weather is sponsored by Conard Financial Group at 510 West Delaware in Fairfield, with securities offered through Raymond James. Conard Financial Group, investing in the community since 2003.
James, the financial well-being of our clients always come first. Christopher Conard has been serving our community since 2003. Conard Financial Group, an independent firm, 510 West Delaware in Fairfield, 842-7855. Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Incorporated, member FINRA, SIPC.
Here's your Fairfield area weather forecast. Partly sunny today, high 50. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 32. For tomorrow, sunshine, high 60. Mostly cloudy, 65 on Wednesday. For Thursday, rain likely, high 58. And for Friday, cloudy skies with a high of 65. Overnight low was 28. Yesterday's high was 41. Currently, humidity at 78%. Winds from the southeast. Pressure at 30.43 and visibility at 10 miles. Right now, sunshine, and we've got 31 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Radar weather looking very good this morning as well. Nothing showing up anywhere in Illinois in terms of precipitation.
Radar Weather has been sponsored by Conard Financial Group at 510 West Delaware in Fairfield, with securities offered through Raymond James. Conard Financial Group, investing in the community since 2003.
And welcome back to Morning Coffee on a Monday morning.
You know, just want to remind you, they've got Glow Bingo coming to Fairfield.
Yeah.
Get out
Glow
your
Bingo.
calendar. The Wayne County Humane Society bringing Glow Bingo to Fairfield's Elk Lodge on Saturday, May 4th. Doors open at 6. Bingo at 7. $20 per person in advance, $25 at the door. Price includes a Glow Dauber, I've always wanted one. A glow hat so that I can see other people. And bingo cards.
And you know, maybe if your cabin would have glow doppers, then one of your sons wouldn't have such a problem with
the mud daubers, glow mud daubers. You can see them coming for you.
That's right.
Chris Parent and Michelle. I'm glad you mentioned that because I've got to get hold of Greenwood Pest Control to come out and eradicate the
mud daubers.
The mud dauber issue. Chris Parent and Michelle Richards for reservations. If you want to get reservations for the Glow Bingo, over $1,000 in cash prizes. This is not your grandma's bingo, okay?
We've got a table reserved already.
Seriously?
Yes.
I'm gonna be there.
Are you really?
I am. I'm gonna bring my glow hat and my glow belt and my glow shoes. You'll be able to just see an image of me going across, and I'm B5 bingo. This is not your grandma's bingo. Okay. Chris, you got the trivia.
I've got the trivia.
Whoop it on us,
we
dude.
got about 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna belly up to the trough of knowledge and slurp. That's what we're gonna do right now.
We're gonna slurp something.
That's right.
This is wine trivia.
Oh, okay. That's
wine
what
trivia.
Wine trivia. We're gonna slurp some wine.
Yeah.
I might not be good at this because the wine that I buy is the under $1. Boone's Farm, Strawberry Hill.
Get the expensive stuff.
And
Mad Dog 2020 is good.
Okay.
Oh, that's a fine year.
That is.
It's a good month. Go ahead, Chris. You whoop it on us.
You know why they call it Mad Dog 2020?
No, why?
No, why?
Because if you drink enough of it, you won't have 2020 vision anymore.
Well, I've already lost that.
I think you'll do okay. There's several true faults.
All right.
So you'll do
I
okay.
can guess that.
Let's start with an easy one.
Okay.
Which wine ages longer, red or white?
I'm going to say red.
I'm going with red, too.
Red's the answer.
All right.
How long do you think a bottle of red can last?
Well, there's some people that pull out, ones from 30 or 40 years ago.
It depends on the cork.
Really?
I think the
think
cork,
so.
the storage.
Yeah. The way you store
Cool. It's got to
the
stay
cork.
cool, right? I mean, because that's why they have caves where they put wine.
I think the oldest bottle is from 17. So this is still in existence. That's drinkable.
Really?
17 something.
Can you see?
I don't think I
Can you
drink
see
it.
walking in and seeing that your husband? Wait a minute. Where'd you get this bottle? Oh, that's the.
Yeah.
I found it down in the cellar. No.
All right.
The majority of vineyards in Napa Valley are machine harvested. True or false?
That is false.
I don't
That
think
is
so.
false.
Yeah.
Do you know when they harvest?
July, October.
September.
Okay.
September, October is crush, and they usually harvest at night.
Now, see,
they have big lights.
I have been to a couple of wineries in northern Indiana where they have crushing the grapes festivals.
Right.
You can get out there in a barrel
With your little feet?
with your feet, and stomp grapes.
They wouldn't want me to do that. They don't want me to take my shoes off. And
I don't want to drink wine
Nobody's
after
going to
you-
drink that after.
No.
Yeah.
Have you been to Napa?
I have, yeah. Napa
good?
and Sonoma. Good, very good. Yeah, we collect several bottles and vintages from Napa. Very good wine.
Wow.
Speaking of Napa, what is the climate of Napa? Is it? I'll give you three choices:
All right.
continental, Mediterranean, or maritime.
It's Mediterranean.
I swear I'd go. We know our.
Yeah,
Do we
you
know
know
our
your
wine?
wine.
or what?
You know your wine.
Yeah.
One glass of wine is equivalent to a cluster of how many grapes?
Well, it's a cluster.
Mike's trying to.
A cluster of how many grapes?
Cluster of
Quite
one glass.
How about? So a cluster meaning.
If you drink enough grapes, it's a cluster trying to walk.
Yeah. I'm going to say 6 clusters. What do you?
No, let me back up. A
All right.
cluster. How many grapes?
How many grapes?
How many grapes in the
Okay.
cluster? Yeah.
How many grapes
yeah.
in the cluster?
I'm going to say 20.
Okay.
I'm going to go lower. I'm going to say 15.
70 to 100.
Wow.
That's a cluster.
That is a cluster.
That's a lot of grapes.
That's a big cluster.
How many years does it take after you've planted your vines before you're actually going to get a harvest?
Oh man, it's going to
at
be
least 10 years.
Okay.
That's it's an incredible investment.
Yeah.
That's why you just inherit them. Very few people with starting ones, right?
Right.
They started one down here just north of Carterville. Walker's Bluff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Great wine. Their wine is
Neat place.
incredible.
I know Cindy Bunch, she owns it, and you could see they were planting them, and they had the fence rows, and it was 4 or 5 years before they had any hint.
So what's your guess?
Oh, I'm sorry.
4 or 5 years, is that?
Oh, I'm going to say 5 years.
5 years. It's 5 years.
5 years.
5
okay.
years.
Good
I
job,
believe.
Mike.
Well, I watched it. I went out there every day making sure I want this to grow.
So you put this on the
And
calendar.
he picked 75 to 100 grapes, and he said, you know what? This is my bottle.
That's right. Put this in this bucket. I'm going to crush it with my size 10.5s and then drink it.
When is National Wine Day? It's on a Saturday this year.
National Wine Day. It's not on my calendar. What about you, dude?
Nah, I don't know.
Would you like the month?
September.
May. September's a great guess, though. Yeah.
May. I'll say May 1st.
Okay.
May 4th.
May 25th.
25th.
Wait, we're not even
May
close.
25th.
Not even close. Well, we got May.
Mark
After
that
the
down.
day
We're
or
going to have Wine Day
Wine
here.
Day.
On May. We'll have Conard back. We'll have him bring in a nice something nice from California. We'll wait till the show's
do that.
over with. We won't drink. Obviously, we won't drink on the air, and we'll toast each other for Wine Day.
Okay.
What does the date on the bottle mean?
That's when it was actually corked.
That's what I'm thinking, too.
Actually harvested.
Harvested.
So you could harvest it. Of course, you have to get to work pretty soon. I mean, how long between harvest and bottling?
Most good wines will age in an oak barrel, for at least 24 months.
No.
Yeah.
I had
Yes.
no idea. Did you know that?
I knew it was a while. I knew it was a couple of years, but
Yeah.
I didn't know 24 months was the actual.
I mean, uncrushed. You just put them in the barrel, or you crush them and put them in the barrel?
you actually have them in vats
Yeah.
before you move it to the barrel.
These are actually. This is actually wine, already completed wine. You just put it in the barrels to age it.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Just gets the flavor and the smokiness of the barrel.
Yeah.
Do they do the same thing with Coors Light?
No, but they do take. Don't they take some of the wine barrels to Scotland and char and put them in?
I'm shaking my head like
for
I know.
Scotch. I mean, I think they do. As a matter of fact.
Or
No, it's not. It's not from wine. It's from whiskey distillers.
Okay,
it's from whiskey distillers.
All this from. Do they do that to Coors Light? You did a 5-minute.
What vintage of Coors Light was that? True or false? There is more alcohol in mouthwash than wine.
That's true. Well, no, that is not.
It's not?
Yes, it is. It is.
Is
true.
it?
It is.
That's
true.
the reason why I'm always got a small buzz when I come in the morning.
That's true. There's more alcohol in mouthwash than wine.
Unless you get a port.
That's true. That's true.
Woo. All right, where are we time-wise? How much more time we got?
Well, we need to go. So.
Oh, we got to go.
real
Okay.
quick.
Last
All
one.
right. All right, last one. Quick.
Most expensive bottle of wine ever purchased from California, sold for how much?
$150,000.
$275,000.
$350,000.
You were close. Chris Conard, always thank you
Thanks
so
for having me,
much,
guys.
buddy. We'll talk to you tomorrow on Morning Coffee.
From Fairfield, Illinois, 104.9.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center in downtown Wayne City. Stop by for a rest test. 20 mattresses on display. Try their adjustable beds for maximum comfort.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. There are more than 2,000 flight delays nationwide. Planes were kept on the ground for a while because of computer problems with a flight planning system.
Some of the major airlines that were impacted by this: Southwest, United, JetBlue, Alaska, and Delta. The FAA says the outage impacts every airline using the system called